Hello, it's Nicole, and Happy New Year if I haven't said it already, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Sunday, and it's the Sunday before I go back to work after my lovely vacation. I took about 2 weeks off over Christmas and New Year's, and I've been spending a lot of time with family and just trying to recuperate, but now it's time for me to get ready for the week ahead. And to get ready for the week ahead, I'm gonna prep some food. I'm gonna prep one of our main dinners for this week, which is going to be a beef stew, which I'm gonna get started on now. Try to prep some lunches for myself. I brined some chicken last night, and then I'm gonna cook it so that we can also have like chicken and a sort of kind of salad. So there's that. Anyways, I'm starting this vlog to take you along for this week as I kind of tackle my first really productive week of the new year, I guess. The first couple of days have just been me on vacation, resting and relaxing, but now it's time to get back into the swing of things with work and trying to balance my creative goals this year. So yeah, I'm going to start prepping this beef stew. I will post the link down below. I've used this recipe before and it's pretty easy, and it's really nice that most of the prep is just letting it sit either in the stove or in the oven. I'm gonna make it in the oven today. But basically it's just browning a bunch of beef, adding in the tomato paste, onion, red wine, all the other good stuff, and then you stick it in the oven for a while, and then after that's done, in go the vegetables, and then I'm actually gonna let this sit overnight. We still have some leftovers to get through for tonight's dinner, and that's that. So hopefully by making this dinner, I will have more free time tomorrow evening, but let's get cooking. Beef stew is in the oven. It has to sit in there until like 5. I just finished filming my goals video, sort of talking about using journals to pursue my goals this upcoming year. If you haven't watched it yet, please go check it out. And I think the plan for the rest of the day is to finish up with my meal prep. After that comes out of the oven, eat dinner. I'm gonna meet a friend for some ice cream later, so hopefully we can have a nice little talk before we both get back to work tomorrow, and then just sort of unwinding for the evening. I think in the next hour or so that I have before I have to take the stew out of the oven, I'm actually going to try to squeeze in a little bit of writing, which is nerve-wracking just because it's my first writing session of the year, but I want to make use of the time while I have time and stick to my goal of trying to squeeze in 3 writing sessions, because it's already the 5th of January, which means I would basically have to write today, tomorrow, and the day after to squeeze in those sessions. I'm gonna get to that now. The writing session is done. I wrote for about 30 minutes, sort of just kind of like revising and adding things to chapter 1 that I mentioned before in my November writing recap, just trying to make things more interesting and more fun and lighthearted, though I am kind of feeling like I'm hitting a wall, so I may take some time to sort of edit it, clean it up, and just ask my writing group friends for their opinion on it, if there's anything I could add or if anything sort of makes sense to set this up in the first chapter. Definitely a feeling of discomfort going to write, but I just kept telling myself it'll always feel uncomfortable when I'm starting to do it, but it'll feel better as time goes on. But I just have to keep reminding myself of that. But yeah, gonna take a break, eat some dinner, and then it'll be time to go and meet up with my friend. So I'll check in with you later. Good evening. We are fast forwarding, I think, at least 2 days since I last checked in with you. The last 2 days have gone by so quickly. Since returning to work, I feel like the days have just gone by in a blur. As you saw, I ended up finishing making the stew. I added in a can of green beans. It's very delicious and we've been enjoying that for dinner. I made some chicken Mediterranean bowls. I have also done some writing. I did some more writing last night, which was Monday night, and I wrote for about 20 minutes. I was really feeling just so exhausted after the long workday. I didn't want to get anything out, but once I started going, it felt good to be writing, and I ended up not writing longer for the 20 minutes because it had reached like 9 p.m. and I really just needed to shut off my brain and unwind for the day. So yeah, and then this morning I thought I would be doing some writing before I went off to work. Although it's a new year, it's not a new me, and I ended up not waking up as early as I would have liked to, but I think I definitely needed the rest because I was really feeling so exhausted after Monday. So I'm glad I did that. Workday went well, and now I'm here talking to you. I had a fun little surprise waiting for me when I got home, which was like this clear case I can put on my Kobo. And I bought this case so I could stick on this little like pop socket thingy I bought, basically so I can just hold it without actually holding it and read. I just finished reading Bride by Ali Hazelwood. It was a really good read that I wasn't expecting to like as much as I did. I kept hearing from like different people and from friends and online that it's not one of her like greatest books. This book, I believe, is like her first venture into writing something that's like more fantasy and outside of the realm of romance she typically writes in. But I actually really enjoyed it and I couldn't put it down. It reminded me of all the fun vampire teen novels I used to read. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely an adult novel with very adult things, but it kind of gave me that same feeling and I was surprised that I could be taken away into a fantasy world. I've definitely found that like the more I read, the more I want to write, which is very nice. But anyways, I'm currently heating a cookie up in the oven for me and my husband to share. We really enjoy YVR cookies. That's just a random plug. I feel like I'm all over the place, but I also wanted to sit down and chat with you because oh, that's my oven. But I also just really want to sit down and chat with you to give you an update. And I also just had a really nice session with my counselor this evening, and it was really wonderful to sort of like reflect on 2024 and all the things I accomplished. And as we were talking, I realized that like a lot of the things I'm proud of doing in 2024 and the things that I was able to accomplish were all a result of pushing past major discomforts. For an example, a big accomplishment I feel like I achieved in 2024 was writing, creating, drawing my first visual novel, and it's an amazing feat that I was able to do it all in 1 month, but I think the even bigger feat is that I was able to do it at all and to complete it, because definitely the whole process felt uncomfortable for me. I was very unsure of myself and my skill level and whether or not I could do it, and a lot of anxiety surrounding that, but despite that, I still pushed through and got it done, and I'm really proud of what I was able to accomplish. And yeah, I wonder if that rings true for you at all, if you feel like you've accomplished something as a result of pushing through your discomfort. That's something I'm gonna keep reminding myself in this upcoming year, especially when it comes to writing and whenever things feel uncomfortable, to just push through. All that said though, I think I'm gonna actually forego my goal of trying to do the 3 writing sessions a week for this week. I'm not gonna write tonight. I'm just going to enjoy my cookie and relax and unwind for tomorrow. And then tomorrow's night, I think we're going to be having our first writers session of the year, which I'm very excited for. But that's the update from me. I feel like I've rambled on enough, and now I'm going to go enjoy my cookie. Hello, we are once again fast forwarding a few days because I just haven't been consistent with my vlogging, and also I did get my hair cut yesterday, if you notice a difference, but I just wanted to still end off this vlog with an update on my progress and a check-in, and also to apologize for not vlogging as much as I thought I would, getting back into work and just my normal routine. It was hard for me to pick up the camera at all. yeah, maybe I was being overly ambitious, but still, let's check in with my little habit trackers so you know where I'm at. I feel like I've stayed pretty consistent with the goals I set out for myself this week. I was able to keep my bedroom floor clean, which is a new feat for me, which is kind of embarrassing, but we are not done yet with the second week in January, but I'm feeling optimistic. I feel like I've sort of put a system in place for my laundry now, making sure I stay more on top of it because I've been keeping in the mindset of like keeping my bedroom floor clean. And I'm not going to show you my floor, but you'll just have to trust me. And it really puts me in a better headspace every time I go in there and get ready for bed or waking up in the morning. It's kind of like one less hurdle to my day, if that makes sense. And I'm looking forward to tackling other rooms in my life as the months go on. So stay tuned for that. And I've been able to keep up with my daily activity, my exercising. On the days where I don't work out, I've been making it work by going for a little walk as a break for work, or just squeezing in some extra walking around before I get into my car and leave my workplace for the day. And it's also kind of a nice refresher reset before I come home. I get a little bit more buffer time to let go of the workday and then come home and relax. I will say though, something I want to improve on in the weeks ahead is really setting out my intentions for the mornings, especially the mornings where I don't work out, because I have found that I've just slipped into my same habit of not really getting anything done in the mornings aside from spending extra time in bed and then getting up and just getting ready for the workday. And it hasn't made me feel good. So I hopefully can improve on that in the coming days. Same thing with my writing. I think I'm gonna end up changing my goal. Feels not great, but I think going from 0 writing sessions to 3 has been a really big mental hurdle for me. And although in this first week, the first 7 days, I was able to get in 2 writing sessions. So 2 out of 3 isn't bad, like I said before. But fast forward, we are now on January 12th and I haven't done any writing sessions yet. I did have the writer's night with my friends where we discussed our goals for the upcoming year and sort of things we hope to do with our writers group. It was really inspiring and I'm really excited for their writing, but also for my writing in the weeks ahead. Though when I think about everything I want to get done, I do feel overwhelmed sometimes with my goals and intentions. And I think forcing myself to do the 3 times a week has been a bit stressful. I don't know. I keep going back and forth and I'm trying to keep the mindset of I don't want to pressure myself, write and make it be a scary thing. I just want to write and have it feel nice and enjoyable like it is once I actually start doing it. But I just feel like in general life is busy and there's lots of other things to be doing other than writing or other creative pursuits, so it's hard to squeeze it in sometimes. And I haven't posted a YouTube video yet, but I'm hoping to get one fully edited and then uploaded by the end of this week because it is now Sunday. So that's the update from me to you. You haven't missed too much, and I just hope for the weeks ahead, I'm going to continue to keep my habit trackers in mind and just keep going with those. And I'll be vlogging here and there. I've had some ideas about how I can make it a bit more sustainable for me so I can continue to show my progress in video format. But as you saw, I haven't even taken the time to sit down in the evenings and journal as I hope to, which is a little bit disappointing. I have still been able to keep a daily schedule in this, but I don't know, it's just something I have to keep reminding myself to do even though I'm tired in the evenings and all I want to do is be a potato and sit with Stardew Valley. I have to remind myself realistically it only takes me 5 minutes to update this at most and 15 minutes to make a journal entry, but the benefit is that I can always go back and check things off as I go or rewrite things in my journal. So I'm trying not to be too hard on myself, but definitely I want to be more consistent, though dealing with mental hurdles is a challenge I'm probably always gonna have and always struggle with, but here I am telling you about them anyways. So yeah, I guess that'll be it for this vlog. I have a bunch of meal prep to go do for the week ahead. Let me know if you've got any goals for this year, how those are going for you. Are you like me and you're still sticking to it even though you're struggling, or are things going extremely well for you? I hope it's the extremely well option, but please let me know if you'd like to share. And I think that's all the updates I have for you. Thank you so much for watching and for spending some time with me, for being here. As always, I really appreciate it. And if you enjoyed this video, it means a lot to me if you left me a like to let me know you enjoyed it. And if you're not already subscribed, please subscribe for more vlogs, more videos in the future. Good things to come. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye!